Let's make some movement with the spine now, with your hands on your knees. Inhale to gently pull back, lifting the heart and then the chin. And on your exhale, shoulders forward, rounding through the back. And last one. And then we'll meet in cat position, placing your hands on the ground, knees below hips. Exhale to angry cat, scooping the tail under, drop the chin, round your back. Inhale to bring the heart forward, lengthen the belly. At the end of the movement, try lifting the chin. Exhale, round the spine, curling in, look towards your navel. And then inhale, draw the heart forwards, lengthen the belly, and then look up. Again, exhale, rounding in. Inhale, draw the heart forwards. And take the hands a little bit further forward. Exhale, round your back and start to sit towards the heels. Feel free to keep walking the hands out, and we'll take a few breaths holding puppy stretch. Lengthening under the armpits, allow the shoulder blades to lift up towards the ears. Feel the breath. The head could be touching the floor or lifted above the floor. However you feel most comfortable is right. And inhale, lift the head. Exhale, bring your hands back and sit on your heels, toe squat. Stretch the wrists out. Pointing the toes, bring the top of the feet to the floor, hands under the shoulders. With your inhale breath, reach the right arm out to the side and up, opening the chest. And as you exhale, thread the needle, reaching underneath your left arm, spreading out the right shoulder blade as far as you can. Inhale, right arm up to the sky, open the chest. And again, exhale, thread the needle. This could be modified by touching the right fingertips down underneath the shoulder. Keep on moving with your breath. And threading through with that right arm, reach way off to the left, and then lean forward into the shoulder. You can use your left hand for support, or you can explore walking the left hand further forward, going onto the tips of the left fingers, lifting the shoulder away from the ground. Keep a connection to the core to draw the front ribs in towards the spine. This will have the effect of relaxing the low back and moving us out of compression. Feel your breath. And then returning the left hand underneath the shoulder. Take the right arm up on an inhale. Make some big circles in the right shoulder now. Reaching up to the sky, back by the hip, and forward by the ear. And then reach up to the sky, open your chest, and take a few breaths. And try turning your right shoulder so that you can see the palm of the hand. In other words, externally rotate the top shoulder as much as possible. It's one of those movements that we can all use a little bit more of. And next exhale, take the right hand down. Other side. Inhale, left arm out to the side, opening through your chest. Exhaling, pull the front ribs in and thread through, reaching way over to the right. Inhale, left arm up, open chest. And exhale, threading through. A few more vinyasas at your own pace, flowing on the breath. Look for those short pauses at the ends of the movements. It's like a little taste of stillness. So that can mean holding your breath or slowing your breath a little bit at the end of the movement, whether you're inhaling or exhaling. It's in those short pauses where all these really cool connections wake up in the body. Next exhale, we'll thread the needle. So reach through and then hold the posture. Spreading that left shoulder blade out. Right hand can stay as it is, or you can walk the right fingers further forward, attempting to lift the palm and forearm off the floor. And then bring the right hand under the shoulder. Inhale to lift the left arm up. Make some big circles with that left shoulder. Forwards by the ear and back by the hip. And then reaching straight up to the sky, we'll work the external rotation. So this is internal. Notice how my collarbones collapse. External. I can see the palm of my hand. You're also invited to gently retract the shoulder blade here, but stay connected to your core and to the strength of your bottom arm. And next exhale, take the left hand down. And then we'll press back to downward facing dog. You can walk the dog. If you'd rather come off the hands, go into Ragdoll instead, holding your elbows and bending the knees. If downward dog's feeling good, hang out with it. You always have the freedom to modify or change your mind. You can explore moving the hips side to side. If you're in Ragdoll, you can sway your torso from side to side. And then we'll meet our friends in Ragdoll. So walk your hands back towards the feet. Bend your knees, taking the feet a little bit wider. And hold on to your elbows, gently swaying from side to side. And then bending the knees, let go. Very slowly roll up through your spine with a strong core. And then we'll meet standing in mountain pose. So you can step the feet wide apart, turning to the side. And then bend your knees, pivoting out over the heels. So the movement's coming from the hip joints. We're pivoting out over the heels. This is called goddess squat. It's quite powerful, as most goddesses are. So we'll take the hands along the inner thighs, take a breath in. As you exhale, engage the left side of your core, left shoulder forward. Inhale to come up. Other side on the exhale, right shoulder forward. Right side of the core strong. And continue, moving on your breath. So we're moving the shoulders and we're also twisting, rotating the spine. It helps to consciously contract the buttocks. Inhale back to center. Exhale, strong buttocks, arms out like wings. Lift your heart a little bit. On your next inhale, slowly straighten the legs. Whoa, good job. Exhale, turn the right foot all the way out to the front of the mat. Left toes in a little bit. And we'll wiggle that left heel back if possible. And then bending into your right leg, warrior two stance. Inhale, lift the arms and straighten the legs. Exhale, warrior two, bend the knee. Inhale, reaching up, head neutral. Exhale, warrior two, look over the right hand. Head neutral on the inhale. Do a few more at your own pace. Slowing the breath. And we'll meet in warrior two, so bend your knee. Try to keep your hands as high as your shoulders, and then turn the head looking over your right hand. And breathe. Actively spread all of the toes wide, and try to pick up your right big toe. All the while pushing down through the ball of the foot. On an inhale, straighten the legs. Just a micro bend in the front knee. Exhale, right hand onto the shin for triangle pose, left arm up to the sky. You could stay up high like me. If you're a bit looser, you might slide the hand down to a yoga block, to the floor, or to your shin. And breathe. And try to be non-reactive to any sensations. Hot, cold, pleasure, pain, mosquito bite on the back leg. Ow. Then bending your knee. Inhale up to warrior two. Exhale, parallel feet. And then we'll turn the left foot out, right toes in. Inhale, warrior two stance. Bend your knee. Exhale, widen the stance a little bit. And then we'll move through that same vinyasa. Inhale, lift the arms and stretch the wrists. Exhale, warrior two, turning the head to look over the hand. Inhale, lift the arms. Exhale, warrior two. And experiment with spreading the toes of that front foot. Maybe even lifting the big toe to awaken the arch of the front foot. And we'll meet in warrior two, holding the posture. Bend the knee, gaze over the left middle finger. Try to keep the arms rolled back, chest open. Oh, a bunny rabbit just ran out of the bushes. Inhale, straighten the legs, just a micro bend of the knee. Exhale, left hand down to the shin. We're allowing the pelvis to turn a little bit, so the right leg spins in. Place it wherever you're comfortable. If you're quite loose, maybe you touch the floor or a yoga block. And breathe. Either head neutral or turn the head to look towards the top thumb. Bending your front knee. Inhale up to warrior two. Exhale, turn the feet parallel. Again, right foot out, left toes in. Take an inhale to lift the arms. Exhale, bend your right leg. And then explore stepping a little closer with your back foot. You can start by lifting the left heel. This is already going to put more weight into the right leg. Heavy on that right heel, strong in the buttock. Maybe you lift the left leg and then start to lower the heart a little closer to the floor, lifting the leg as a counterbalance. And breathe. Bending your knee, land the back foot. Inhale, legs parallel. Other side, left foot out, right toes in a little. Take a breath in. Bend your left leg, and then we'll start by stepping a little closer with the right foot. You can lift the heel. This is a great place to stay. So feel free to hang out here. Focus on opening your chest. Maybe you lift the right leg next. Maybe you reach closer to the floor as that leg goes up higher. 3 more breaths. And then slowly land the foot. Very good. Inhale back to parallel. Exhale, take the hands to the waist. Turn the toes in a little bit. And then drawing the inner thighs back, inhale to roll your shoulders up. Inner thighs flow back. Exhale, fold at the hips. Try to keep your back straight. You can bend your knees a little bit. And then touch down to the ground with your fingertips. If it's hard to reach the floor, you can place a chair in front of you, or you can use yoga blocks under your hands. Inhale, lift the heart to a straight spine. Exhale, explore folding, engaging the front of the thighs. Lift the heart again on your inhale, halfway up. We'll do a few more of these movements. Exhale, folding, bowing the head in. Inhale, rolling up halfway. Exhale, fold. This is called the spinal wave, or spinal segmentation. Getting a little bit of movement at every joint, instead of getting a lot of movement in some joints and not much in others. And then next exhale, fold forward to your own comfortable degree. Think about keeping the chest open, even though you're folding forward. And breathe. You might feel a nice stretch in the back of the legs. Maybe there's a feeling of strengthening to lift the heart and straighten the spine. And with an inhale, come up halfway. Exhale, pause there. Turn your feet away from each other. And explore. Bend your left leg, straightening the right leg out. Inhale across center. Exhale, bend the other leg. And then keep on going side to side. So I'm only bending my knee a little bit. This helps to develop strength to support the knee joint, from the buttocks through the quads. And the other option is going into a full squat. Ooh. And then other side. If you'd like an extra challenge, from the full squat you can keep your hands together and pull your feet towards each other as you go from side to side. Let's all bend the left leg. It could be bent a little bit or a lot, your choice. Attempt to straighten the right leg and pause. We'll take 5 breaths. Try to keep your heart lifted, back straight. It's a little more work that way, isn't it? So when you're actually kind of stiff, the postures are a lot harder. There tends to be more strength involved. I found that really hard to learn as a former stiff person myself. And then inhale across center, switching sides. You can pivot out over your right heel, bend the knee, and attempt to straighten the left leg. If you'd like to lift the ball of the foot, that's fine as well. Or you can keep the foot down. Both are great. And then come back to center. Turn the right foot towards the front of the mat now. Walk your hands inside of that right foot. And then we'll lower the left knee down for a low lunge. So we'll lift the heart over the pelvis. And as you inhale, explore bending your front knee. Open the arms out like wings. As you exhale, reverse the movement, engaging the buttocks. Press the forearms together. Inhale, open the arms, bend the front knee. Exhale, press the forearms together. On the inhale, the elbows could be bent like cactus branches, or you can straighten the arms if you have room. Exhale, forearms together. And last one. Inhale, open up. Exhale, forearms together. And then keeping that position in the arms, inhale, lift the arms to the sky. Try to keep the forearms glued together for these first few breaths. By pressing the forearms together, we're activating the serratus anterior, which is the muscle that spreads the shoulder blade. It's your MVP of stability. So if you feel that strengthening underneath the armpit region, keep that engagement and start to straighten your arms. So just the edges of the hands are touching now. Look towards your hands. And then lowering the hands to heart center, gaze forward. With an inhale, slowly straighten your front leg. Try flexing toe to shin. Spread the arms like wings. Twist on your exhale, left hand down to the floor, underneath your shoulder, or use a yoga block. Whatever you have around the house is good. Top arm reaching up. Keep that serratus power in your bottom shoulder, the shoulder blade spreader. Meanwhile, the top shoulder blade can squeeze into middle back. Externally rotate that shoulder, gazing to the palm. And exhale, look down. Bend your right leg like a lunge again, so the knee is just over the ankle. Now try bringing your left knee just behind your hand. Yeah. Good. And we can push into that right heel. You can stay up tall. If the range of motion allows, try to sit back onto your left foot. Just adjusting my mic pack so I don't squish it in the pretzel poses. Good. And so with your hands over your heart, you can play with a little bit of movement in that right leg, going onto the inner edge of the foot and the outer edge of the foot. Inner edge, outer edge. And this works in both variations. So we're getting this movement in the hip joint, external rotation, internal rotation. Great. And then pause with the leg centered or fairly neutral. Inhale to reach your right arm up. And as you exhale, reach forwards past your mat. And you can stay here, lifting the heart on an inhale. As you exhale, try bowing towards the ground. If you'd like to try the arm bind, you can press your right arm against the inside of your thigh. Kind of like being deep in thought, but then we move the fist away from the chin and keep turning the left chest open. And then you might take that left arm behind the back, reaching for the right hip, or you might even catch the hands behind the back. This is called binding. Enter the first pretzel pose. Inhale, come back to center, and we'll let go of this pose. So you can push into your hands, bring your left foot to the floor, and then we'll step the right foot back to a lunge, lowering the right knee down. Support the knee with any padding if necessary. Lift your heart over your pelvis. And so we want to avoid, I see this quite often in yoga classes back when we could teach in person, is sometimes people will have the knee kind of forward of the pelvis like this. So think about taking the knee further back so that your knee is behind the pelvis. Then we can really get into stretching the front of the right hip, releasing the psoas. On your next inhale, explore bending the front knee, open the arms. As you exhale, reverse the bend, forearms together, tuck the chin. Inhale, bend the knee, open up. Again, exhale, reversing, forearms together. And continue a few more of these vinyasas, linking breath with movement. Make an intention to stretch the breath and to cultivate short pauses in the ends of the movements. And then forearms together. Keep the pressing and start to lift the arms up. We'll keep the forearms together for these first 3 breaths. Right hip pressing forward. Left heel pulling back. See if you can feel that serratus anterior activation on the outside of the body near the armpit. And then keeping the outer edges of hands together, straighten the arms. Continue lifting up. Exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale, slowly straighten your front leg. Spread the arms out like wings. On your exhale, twist to the left and take that right hand down underneath the shoulder. You can use a yoga block or the floor. Top arm up to the sky. Head neutral or look up to the top thumb. Good. On your next exhale, look down, bend your left knee. And then bring your right knee forward just behind the right hand. So you might be staying up kind of high like this. That's okay. You can still explore those movements. If the range is available, you might bring the foot a little bit further forward and then sit back on the heel. In Ashtanga Yoga, this is one of the harder poses to learn, but it's one of the key principles. And now we'll explore the rotation in the hip joint, left leg going inwards and outwards, going off the inner edge of the foot and the outer edge of the foot. And then settle into a neutral position, straight up and down. And take an inhale to lift your left arm up. Exhale, reach the left arm forward. Again, inhale, lift the heart, lift the head. So you could stay here, or you can take an exhale to bow. The other option is binding. Lift the heart again on the inhale. And as you exhale, press your left arm against the inside of the leg, turning your chest off to the right. So we're twisting away from the squatting leg. And then you can take your right arm behind the back. Maybe you're holding the back of the shirt somewhere. Maybe you're linking the hands. And we'll take a few more breaths in this posture. Slow, deep breath into the belly. With the left side of the core engaged a little bit, this invites the breath to move more through the right side of the belly, all the way up to the chest. And on your exhale, look down. And then step the right foot just behind the hand, coming into a full squatting position. I'll give you a better view. So with the feet turned out a little bit, sit as low as you can. You can use the floor for support. Okay. And try to push your knees out just as much as your knees feel comfortable. This encourages the abductors of the hips to activate a little. If it feels really good, you can show off by bringing your hands together in prayer. Otherwise, keep the hands down for support. Show off. Just kidding. And so now we'll experiment with some weight bearing. So spread the fingers wide and feel that you're trying to grip with the fingertips. Even though the hands will look somewhat flat, we're still trying to grip with the fingertips. That's what's really going to keep the wrist happy. Just like throwing a basketball or squeezing a lemon, it's a movement in this direction, since the wrist is going to be pushed to its limit in this direction. We always want to think about the opposite. So I'll give you a better view now. From the squatting position, lift your hips just a little bit, and then bring the hands to the floor just in front of your feet. Hands about shoulder width. And then push the hands towards each other. See if you can feel your serratus power. Squeeze the elbows in a little bit. Maybe you can feel that muscle under the armpit contracting. And then maybe you lift onto the tips of your toes. Maybe you lift one foot and put it down. Lift the other foot, put it down. Keep on going. Maybe you lift both feet, full crow pose. Whew, good. And then sit back and relax. That was some tough stuff right there. So let's take the hands forward now, and we'll lay down onto the belly for a couple counter poses. The first one is locust. Squeeze your legs together, lift the arms like cactus branches, thumbs up, and then lift the arms and legs, squeezing the inner thighs for a few breaths. And exhale, relax down. Now bring your left forearm to the floor. I like to bend the elbow a little bit more than 90 degrees, so let's say like 120 or so. And then roll over onto your left shoulder, bringing the right foot behind you, stretching into the left chest. The head could stay on the floor, or you can lift the head and chest a little more. The idea is to bring a stretch into the left pec. Inhale, back to center, and we'll switch sides. So bring the right arm out to the side, opening the elbow about 120 degrees, something like that. Left foot comes behind you, bending the knee, and invite a stretch into the right pec. Deep, slow breath. And now we'll come back to center. Bow preparation. Bend your knees, heels together, knees wide apart. We're going to lift the arms like cactus branches again, and then try to lift your knees off the ground, squeezing the buttocks and the inner heels. Squeezing those inner heels. Exhale to come down. You're welcome to move into full bridge now. So for full bridge, you try to hold the outsides of your feet and then kick back to lift the knees, lift the chest, inviting a stretch through either the chest or the fronts of the hips. We don't have to feel it in the same places at all. If you're repeating the previous pose, that works as well. And exhale down. Press up onto your knees and sit back into child's pose or puppy stretch. Sitting back towards the feet, arms forward, head resting down. And we'll start to mellow the energy out in preparation for relaxation. And inhale to come on up. Bring your legs out in front. Bending the knees. Bring your hands to the front of the thighs. Inhale to lift the heart a little bit. Draw the ears back over the shoulders. Exhale, draw the core in. And start to come down about halfway. Inhale to come up. Exhale, begin to lay down again, curling the tailbone under. Inhale to come up. A few more times at your own pace. Using the abs to pull you up. And then come all the way down, using the core, tuck the chin. Bringing the feet a little bit bones. Hands next to your hips. On your inhale breath, lift the arms over the head towards the back of the mat. Exhale, reverse the movement, returning your arms down by your sides. Again, inhale, lift the arms, reach back. Exhale, slowly reverse the movement. Now let's really fine-tune the breath. So to the count of 5, long inhale to lift the arms. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Long exhale to reverse. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Again, long inhale, lift the arms. 2, 3, 4, 5. This time stay there. Lift the hips on your exhale. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale, lower the arms down. 2, 3, 4, and 5. Exhale, lower through the vertebra. 2, 3, 4, 5. And repeat a few more at your own pace. And then once you come all the way down, take the arms out to the sides like wings, feet wide, and windshield wiper the legs side to side, nice and slow. And then coming back to center, hug your knees towards your shoulders and draw the knees wide apart. Press the sacrum down into the floor. Breathe into your belly. And then let go into Shavasana, relaxation. Resting your arms at your sides, take the feet apart, shoulders soften down the back away from the ears. And to facilitate a deep release, it's very helpful to first exert some effort. Let's take a long breath in together. Fill it all the way up to the chest. Hold the breath. Big sigh of relief. Totally let go. Again, long breath in. Holding the breath, scrunch up your face, squeeze your fists, engage everything. And release. Completely relax onto your back. And letting go, we'll rest in silence for a few minutes. Completely relax the body. take all the time that you have for relaxation today. And thank you very much for joining me for this Hatha yoga practice and a nice change of scenery from the usual practice space. Peace, everyone.